It's good to see it. I'm just going to talk about geometry a little bit. So I'm not particularly tall, but I have very long arms and legs for my height. So if you look at my femur length is about over 32% of my total height. Normal person is usually 25 to 27%. So squatting is very difficult for me. But because of that, I developed having a pretty good open guard when I was a white belt, blue belt, purple belt, because I had such big guys I had to roll with and I wanted to keep them off of me. So closed guard's all business. Open guard is like kind of for my own safety. And then I looked to like kind of develop the sweep system off of that. So if you mind helping me out. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about the first sweep. So a long time ago, I asked Master Sauer, because I have a pretty good open guard, people didn't want to engage. So when I would sweep people, it would almost push them too far away where I had to chase them to get on top. So let's just talk about we're gonna start with the curriculum sweep. That's off of the blue to purple curriculum. The hand, the collar, hand, the sleeve, both feet and the hips. Because if he stands up in my guard and he's right over top of me like this and I'm crunched up, we talked about like being in the sandwich. Okay, remember? Okay, so if I make some space and then I get here, then I have more options. And I'm doing a little bit of a pelvic tilt here to put some tension here. Because when you have this upper body grip, okay, now you don't have posture, it's gonna make it a lot more difficult for him to pass your guard. But you're naturally gonna wanna pull this arm back. I'm gonna use that to grab the ankle. Now I make a hook. Now the reason I make a hook here is to stop him from backstepping. So if I'm here, he's gonna start backstepping, and now I gotta move into a totally different type of guard. Now, most of us know the sweep, but this is what happens. And now I gotta chase him. You gotta pass, you gotta chase the guy. So I asked Master Sauer a long time ago, how do I do this and not chase the guy? And he's like, oh, you just gotta pull him forward. I was like, what? So we're gonna grab the lapel and I'm gonna pull him forward, like I'm gonna balance him on my foot so that heel comes off the ground. Almost like I'm getting ready to do the balloon sweep or the helicopter armbar on blue to purple. Now instead of pushing, I'm gonna pull the ankle under. Because when I get here, I'm sitting on the leg. And this prevents the wrestler from bouncing back up. Now I'm gonna drive my knee in, and then and this is how you can get a really clean sweep. I guess sometimes like really squirrely, so that way you're not like chasing, now I gotta pass the guard and all this annoying stuff, because I have a lot of wrestlers in my gym, and if I kick them away, they bounce right back up to their feet. But if I sit on their leg, they can't stand in base, they can't stand back up. So, he breaks, you wanna get, yeah. Now instead of sweeping from here, we'll pull them forward a little bit. No, it's not down, but forward. And you'll notice I'm only using the last 3 fingers of this grip. The heel's a little bit off the ground. I'm gonna pull the ankle over, under. I'm connecting my foot here. And it's almost like I'm using the momentum of you falling to carry me to the mount position. I'm driving my knee to the floor. Now this leg's up, so I can windshield wiper it around the thigh. So now I'm going from the sweep all the way to mount. You've taken away the scramble. I'm not saying you can't scramble, sometimes it's fun, unnecessary movement. But when you're going with like really young guys like I do all the time, I just like, calm down, just slow down. Do you need to see it or are you good?
I'm good.
I'm gonna do it one more time. For the cheap seats. So if you have a hand, the collar, hand, the sleeve, like usually this happens because you have a hand, the collar, hand, the sleeve, and the person stands up in your guard. Okay, he pulls the grip out, make a hook. I'm gonna pull forward a little bit. So now this is light. To the top. This is, I believe this is called the hook sweep in the blue to purple curriculum. Or sometimes it's either hook or, I call it the tripod, but it is on the blue to purple curriculum, but this is just a little
We're learning descriptions.
Yeah. But this is a little bit of some nuance to the same sweep that's in the blue to purple curriculum.
Can you do it again so I can film it? Can you do it again on him so I can film the windscreen wiper from the other side?
Yeah, sure. Which way do you want me to face this way?
Where you go? I'll follow you.
Let's do it. Here. The little here.
Nice.
Then you have to straighten the pitcher's arm out.